Hello and welcome to Eastern Horizon. This is Malika Yubsambul. Iran and the US is going to sign the 14 points memorandum. So from Iran, I have joined by Professor Dr. Marandi. I'm very thankful that he joined me due to his busy schedule. Thank you very much, Dr. Marandi.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. So, how you see this? First of all, that the draft resolution and the interim draft and the signing of this draft. So, can you explain about this? The 14 points, though it's in the media, but how you will elaborate and evaluate these points?
Well, I think it's reflective of the fact that Iran won the war after 39 days of aggression against Iran. The United States and the Israeli regime and its regional partners that assisted them in the war, they all failed. And until the very last moment of fighting, Iran was constantly firing missiles at the Israeli regime, at US bases, and retaliating against strikes on Iran's critical infrastructure and heavily punishing this huge coalition, which had the support of the collective West and NATO. It was also reflective of the reality of the siege warfare that Trump initiated. Blocking the Strait of Hormuz was a double-edged sword. He tried to strangle the Iranian economy, but he was also strangling the global economy. And Iran also outlasted him there. And so ultimately he had to accept an agreement to end the war. And the text is reflective of the fact that the Islamic Republic of Iran and its allies in the axis of resistance had the upper hand. Iran, Hezbollah, the resistance in Iraq, and Ansarullah in Yemen. And I think it's very clear that this is not a good deal for the Israeli regime. We have to remember that Trump and Netanyahu were seeking the destruction of the Islamic Republic of Iran itself. They demanded unconditional surrender and capitulation. And ultimately, at the end, this is what they got.
So this draft that is in the media. So from Iran side, who is going to sign this document? And this document mean that the binding effect of this document. How you would mean that weight that because it's going to be signed, and so do you think that they have some binding effects of this document?
Well, the document has already been signed through digital signatures. Trump and the president of Iran, Dr. Pezeshkian, signed. And that is a good thing because they are both high-ranking officials of the highest-ranking official in the United States, and Iran, the second highest-ranking official. And also, there's no need for anyone to meet because no one in Iran wants an Iranian politician to be seen beside Trump, who is a genocidal mass murderer. But the enforcement of the deal will be Iran's strength. We do not trust the United States, and we did force them to sign this agreement, and Iran gained major concessions through the agreement. But the only way to make sure that it is enforced is through Iran's strength. And Iran will make sure that its capabilities are a force to ensure that the deal is complied with by the United States.
So, according to the situation right now in Lebanon, mean that Israel seem to be quite a loser in this peace deal because they were trying every attempt not to engage US in this peace deal. So, in Lebanon, mean that if Israel continues their aggression toward Lebanon, so what would be the reaction from Tehran in that case? And will this reaction of Iran will have influence of this peace agreement?
Oh, there's no doubt that unless the Zionist regime withdraws completely from Lebanon and stops murdering women and children, we will not go forward with this deal. And that will be bad news for the United States. And Iran's missiles are fully prepared, and they will strike the Israeli regime if they continue with their atrocities in Lebanon. Uh, Iranians are sick and tired of the genocide. And if the West continues to support the massacre of people in Lebanon and support the Israeli regime's attempt to steal Lebanese land, Iran will make sure the regime is punished.
Hmm. So, do you think that this war, the between the United States, Israel, and Iran, it's reshaping Middle East, and Iran's strength has been increased, and the axis of resistance also increased. So, do you think that there is a reshift in the Middle East, and what would be the future role of Iran in Middle East?
I think it goes far beyond the Middle East or West Asia, to be more precise. I think this is a major turning point in global affairs. And this is a major defeat, probably the most important defeat of the United States uh, since the creation of the country. We see that even the godfather of the neocons admits that in his article in the Atlantic. So for the region, it's bad news for the Israeli regime. It's bad news for Western governments who've been supporting the genocide in Gaza and in Lebanon and the ethnic cleansing of the West Bank. And it is good news for the axis of resistance and anyone who opposes ethno-supremacism, genocide, ethnic cleansing. It is a major turning point. It is the this is not finished. The war is not necessarily over, and Iran and its allies will remain vigilant. But it is a major turning point. Of course, at the end of the day, the issue is whether the United States is prepared to accept the reality that they lost the war, and it is the United States which must make its own decisions. And the only real guarantor is Iran's strength, both on the battlefield and at the negotiating table, and its resilience in the face of siege warfare. And the United States only understands strength. It does not accept guarantors, or it does not even respect its own signature. So ultimately, we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. This will not move forward easily. This agreement may fail. We may have more war. But at the end of the day, Iran is going to ensure that the United States is not able to gain any concessions from Iran unless it carries out its obligations, and all of them.
Mhm. So there was news about the 300 billion that the US will release and give a relief on the sanctions on Iran. But then again, Donald Trump denied this and he said that there will be not any kind of the 300 billion that will be released. So do you think that there will be any development that the sanctions on Iran would be lifted?
Uh, this is not the 300 billion is not Iranian assets, but Iranian assets that have been stolen by the United States, which are roughly 24, 25 billion. they will be returned to the Iranians. There are a number of concessions that the United States has to give, and the Iranians will ensure that they carry out their obligations. Otherwise, the Iranians will not carry out their obligations.
So Donald Trump also gave a statement that Iran should have the ballistic missiles. I think today he gave some statement. So how you see his statement? Because he said that when Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and other countries have the ballistic missiles, so Iran should have also the ballistic missiles. So how you see his statement? Mean that what is the aim or objective of his statement?
Well, he lost the war. The United States was defeated. And the Iranians are not going to give any concessions, or they're not going to make any deal on their defense capabilities. The United States is the loser of the war, and therefore they're going to have to give concessions. So if he says Iran doesn't have to do this or doesn't have to do that, it's because he knows there's nothing that he can do about it.
Thank you very much, Professor Marandi, for your insight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.